All right, let's talk about a really powerful idea from Charles Haanel's master key system, visualization. But we're going to do this a little differently. We're going to strip away all the mystery and look at it as a real practical tool for the world we live in today. Let's get into it.
So, let's just start with the big question that I know is on a lot of people's minds. Why doesn't this seem to work most of the time? You've probably tried it, right? You picture a goal with every ounce of your being, and then nothing. Crickets. It's super frustrating, and honestly, it's why so many people just write the whole thing off as wishful thinking.
But what if the tool isn't the problem? What if we've all just been using an incomplete instruction manual? Well, that's what we're going to fix right here. We're going to unpack Haanel's complete formula, look at how modern science actually backs it up, and I'll give you a simple practice to finally close that gap between your thoughts and your results. To get there, we first have to bust a few myths and really get what visualization is supposed to be. This isn't about passive wishing. It's about being an active, deliberate creator. Okay, so Haanel draws a really important line in the sand here. On one side, you have seeing. That's passive. It's just you observing the physical world with your eyes. But visualization, that's a whole different ballgame. It's an active process of creation inside your own mind, your world within. And it has a life, a vitality all its own. And here's the key takeaway from that. Think of your visualization as a mental blueprint. It's the architect's design for a building. But a blueprint, no matter how detailed or beautiful it is, can't build itself. It's just paper. To become a real building, it needs two more things, a builder and a concrete plan to follow. And this brings us to that next crucial piece of the puzzle. If your thoughts, your mental blueprint are the fuel, then action. Action is the engine. You can have the best fuel in the world, but without an engine to burn it, it just sits there. Action is what ignites that thought fuel and creates actual, measurable forward movement. What's really cool is that 100 years after Haanel wrote this, modern science gave a name to his practical plan. They call it an implementation intention. It's such a simple but brilliant idea. You just create an if-then plan that hooks a specific cue to an action you've already decided on. What this does is it gives your brain an automatic script to run, which means you don't have to rely on willpower when the moment comes. So here it is, the complete formula. Step 1, you create the mental blueprint through visualization. Step 2, you build a bridge to the real world with a clear if-then plan. And step 3, you actually walk across that bridge by taking action. You need all three. If one piece is missing, the whole thing falls apart. Now, this brings us to a really critical difference we need to understand. And this is where most people get tripped up. It's the difference between just having a fantasy and having a real direction. See, fantasy is totally passive. It's all about enjoying that warm, fuzzy feeling of having the thing you want. It feels great, sure, but it's just an escape. Direction, on the other hand, is active. It's not just about dreaming of the finish line. It's about mentally preparing for the whole race. And that includes planning for the hurdles you know are going to pop up along the way. Okay, this all sounds good in theory, right? But what does it actually look like day to day? Let's get practical and look at a few real-world examples of how you can put this blueprint to work. Let's take work. Procrastination is the big enemy for a lot of us. So a powerful if-then plan might be, if I finish this report, then I will immediately open a new document and start the next one without even glancing at my email. See, the decision is already made. The script is written. It helps you just blow past that temptation to get distracted. This works amazingly well in relationships too. The cue might be your partner saying they're frustrated about something. The preloaded action is to just listen. Not listen while planning your defense, but actually listen to understand. That one little pre-planned shift can completely change the dynamic of a conversation for the better. And when it comes to building habits, this is a total game changer. That moment the alarm goes off, that's a critical decision point. By creating an automatic script, if my alarm rings, then my feet hit the floor, you completely bypass that whole internal negotiation about the snooze button. The action just happens. And just like that, you've already won the hardest battle of the day. So how can you start using this today? I want to give you a super simple practice you can do the minute this is over. Let's call it the picture then prove practice. It's just 2 steps. First, picture it. Pick one small, almost ridiculously easy thing you're going to get done today and just see it in your mind as complete. Then, right away,
Prove it. Take one tiny physical action that moves you toward it. It's not about finishing it all at once. It's about giving yourself a small, undeniable piece of evidence that you mean business. Because ultimately, action is the only real proof of belief. Okay, let's quickly wrap this all up and just hit the main points one more time before we look at what's coming up next in the master key system.
So remember these 4 things. 1. Visualization is a blueprint, not a magic wand. 2. Action is the engine that makes the blueprint real. It's not optional. 3. If-then plans are your practical nuts and bolts bridge from your mind to the world. And 4. You can start right now, today, with the picture, then prove practice. So now that you have this complete formula for turning thought into things, the next logical skill to develop is sharpening your focus. In our next explainer, we're going to get into how to build unwavering concentration. You can find the entire Master Key System playlist right on our channel to get caught up. So my question for you is, what's the one small thing you're going to picture and prove today?